Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Destiny video. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get the Gjallarhorn and of course by extension, if you pre-ordered, then the Iron Gjallarhorn too. So, if you guys do enjoy this, you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. And of course, if you guys missed any of the videos from yesterday, like things on how to get the Kvozdov, Dormant SIVA clusters, anything like that, then be sure to head over to the channel and check those ones out too. So, to begin with, first things first, if you want to start the Gjallarhorn quest, you are going to need to have completed the 5 campaign missions. That section culminates in the Iron Tomb, that's the final mission, and once you've done that, you will then get a quest from Shiro called Echoes of the Past. Now in order to actually do this part of the quest, you're also going to need a splicer key, because it will require that you go through a laser grid, and of course you can only disable those with splicer keys, so if you haven't got any of them, then head into the Plaguelands and look out for Broodmothers. They are the Hive Witches, and one of the easiest ones is actually located straight to the left of where you spawn. Kill them, they have a chance to drop splicer keys, as do some of the other SIVA enemies as well. But either way, if you have a splicer key, what you then want to do is head down to the Plaguelands and head to Alkanes Keep, which is of course where you'll find Alkanes Forge. And in this area, you are looking for an Anomaly Scan patrol mission. Now the icon for that is a ghost. It looks just like this one here. If you find you get to the area and it's not there, then I would recommend simply going back to orbit or leaving the area and coming back. You can also do some patrol missions and then there's a chance that this will simply override them. But either way, this is what you're looking for in this specific area. Once you have this quest, it will then send you underground through Alkanes Forge as if you're kind of doing the final mission. So down into the sort of SIVA Warmind inspired bunker. Now all of this is guided by waypoints, so I don't need to tell you guys exactly how to get there because it's very clear. The game will lead you there because of course it's a patrol, it's an objective, and it will tell you where to go. Of course it's on this path that you'll need your splicer key, so make sure you have one in hand because you'll get to a point where you'll need to deactivate a laser grid. But then once that's done, you'll find yourself in the bottom of this kind of Warmind bunker, and there will be a SIVA Fallen Walker tank there. But in this room here is where you'll find the anomaly. So I'd suggest clearing out the enemies, clearing out the tank. It's definitely a lot easier if you do this with a team. You can of course do this solo, but taking out a tank on your own will take a little bit longer. Either way, clear the room. You don't need to go down the slide. Instead, you want to go to the right just before you drop down, and there will be the anomaly. It's marked, so again, it's quite easy to find. And once you scan that, that is then the end of that part of the mission. You will then unlock the quest Beauty of Destruction. So first things first, you need to go back to Felwinter Peak, speak to Lord Saladin. Once you've spoken to him, you want to speak to Tira Khan, and once you've spoken to her, she will then send you off to find 7 Iron Medallions. Now, one of them is actually located in Felwinter Peak. The other 6 are located in the Plaguelands. So for the Felwinter Peak one, really simple. If you guys saw my video on how to do the Felwinter Peak jumping puzzle, you don't need to go all the way up there, so don't worry. What you do want to do is jump up onto this rock here, jump up towards where this wolf is, turn around and jump back over to there. It's marked, so you know kind of where to go, but you're basically looking for this sort of wolf head looking statue. That is the medallion, and that's what you're going to be looking for from this point out. So, first one's collected. You won't get any kind of on-screen prompt, it will just disappear. But that is the one in Felwinter Peak. What you now want to do is load down into the Plaguelands Patrol, and we're going to start at the very beginning with Lord's Watch. As soon as you spawn in, if you take a right and just go towards this hut here, if you then go inside the hut, on the shelf you will find the next Iron Medallion. This one is super easy, and the nice thing about these is that when you're in the general vicinity, they do actually have an objective marker, so once you're pretty near, then you can basically home in on it. After that, we're then going to go to the Giant's Husk, which is of course this area with the massive broken down ships. Now what you want to do is get to the very top, which is where you will find all of these shipping crates. Now there are various different ways to go. You can either climb up the ship in front, or you can go and jump up the rocks to the right hand side, which is where you typically find some Hive enemies. However you decide to do it, get up here to where you find all the shipping crates, and if you work your way sort of midway down, when you are basically parallel with the crane that's used to move the crates around, you'll find a red crate, and down in a gap between those ones together, you'll find the next medallion. After that, we're then going to go over to Alkanes Keep. Now this one, you're going to go towards Alkanes Forge as if you're going to go in the forge, but instead of going inside, you're going to bypass it and look to the left, and there is a medallion in this pile of rubble. Again, once you get close enough, it'll show up as an objective marker, so it's pretty easy to find. After that, we're then going to go around to the Forgotten Pass, and then when you get to this bridge here, on this bridge there are a load of kind of crates or containers, and to the right, just below one of them, is your next medallion. Again, once you get close, it'll show up. After that, we're then going to go over to Bunker Triglav, which is the area that you will encounter in the Richard I Strike. What you then want to do is, if you're facing the radio tower, so to speak, the one where there's a dormant SIVA cluster located inside, you then want to turn right and go towards this sort of domed bunker, go inside, and there's a door to the left, it's marked with a B. As soon as you go inside, you will then again see the next medallion. And for the last one, we're going down to Site 6. This one is again located in that sort of SIVA war mine bunker kind of thing below Archon's Forge. And what you want to do is go down into the bottom, start working your way all the way down towards that door where there's a laser grid where you use a splicer key to remove it. But instead of doing that, to the left of the laser grid are 2 red pipes. And where those 2 pipes meet at the corner is your final Iron Lord medallion. So, once you have those, you then want to return to the tower and again speak to Tira Khan. And you'll then get the mission A Symbol of Honor. This mission takes place on Bannerfall. It's pretty simple. It's a mission, so you load in, complete it, and once you've done that, you then go back to speak to Tira once again, and she will ask you for 5 dormant SIVA clusters. Now, by this time, if you guys have been picking them up, then you've probably got 5. If you haven't, I will leave links to 2 of my guides in the description box down below. I've got guides that have complete locations for 20 of the 30 dormant SIVA clusters so far, the 10 Clovis Bray ones, and the 10 Iron Lords ones, so just jump into one of those videos, grab 5 of them, they're really easy to find, and then you return to Tira Khan once you have 5, and that will then complete that stage of the quest. You then go and speak to Saladin, and you'll get the quest Beauty in Delivery. This is the final part where you actually forge the Gjallarhorn yourself. Again, it's a mission, so you just load in, select it, play through, and you get to the very end, and then you forge your Iron Gjallarhorn at this bench, and then once you've done that, it's yours. You get it at 350 light, and of course at that point you're then free to use it and do with it as you please. Also, if you did pre-order Rise of Iron and you got the Iron Gjallarhorn, you will notice that it came in your Postmaster at light level 3, so once you now have the Gjallarhorn, you can of course infuse that into the Iron Gjallarhorn so that it becomes usable, and you can then have the black and silver version instead. Of course, do bear in mind that once you've got the original one, it will then go in your kiosk, so don't worry about dismantling it because you can get it back anytime. Once you have done all that, if you want to actually finish up the quest chain, just go back to Felwinter Peak, speak to Lord Saladin, and that is the end. That, my friends, is how you get the Iron Gjallarhorn. That's the complete quest chain. So hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, then a like would be super appreciated. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know down below. But thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.